Hey, Padawans, good morning. Hope everybody's doing good. The other night I heard Gwen talk on a panel, uh, and she said that she wanted to join the military as a jet fighter pilot. I don't know if she said the Navy or the Air Force, but she said that she went into the recruiting station or something, and she was like 17, and they told her that she couldn't do it because she was a woman, and something like that she was discriminated against because she was a female. And I absolutely believe that. Absolutely. And I've told my Top Gun story before, but I want to talk a little bit about it. Sort of, a refresh retelling of the story, because Gwen brought it up, and I had no idea that she wanted to be in flight school, or she was interested in flying or anything like that. I had no idea. She never told me that. I didn't know we had that in common. It's very surprising that we both walked into the recruiting center to be jet fighter pilots or engineers or mechanics, stuff like that. So what happened to me was, and I know that a lot of people know about this because I talk about it, and a lot of people made fun of me because I said that I was in the Top Gun program for a week. It wasn't exactly like that. I want to tell you guys exactly what happened. Um, so I was at the community college and in the '90s, and I think it was Desert Storm. I think that there was a war, the Middle East. I think it was Desert Storm. And so I walk in there and I tell the recruiter, there's a couple of guys in there, and I say, hey man, I want to work with F-14s or do something with Top Gun. I want to work with planes, whatever you can do. Anything like that. And the guy, he kind of like looked me up and down, checked me out, and I said, okay. So, all right, we'll get you started. Fill out the forms. So I filled out all the forms, and we're gonna get you to do the ASVAB, the test. And you got to go downtown, and you do it on a computer, and we'll set you up, and then we'll look at the results, and then you come back and we talk. So I think it was like a week or 2 weeks later. I went to downtown. This place was scary, man. It was like you walk into this office, this building, and it sort of looked like War Games, like that movie War Games. Kind of looked like that. The computers were, those retro computers with like the green letters with they were very old school. So I studied for a couple of weeks, and it was mostly math. It was a lot of math, I remember. And so I think, I did the ASVAB. I think it was like an hour or something like that, hour or two. And it was hard. But anyway, so I passed it, and I got like 91%, 92%. And the guy's like, wow, you did pretty good. And so I go back. I don't know exactly. I'm talking about the '90s, okay? So I go back to the recruiter, and I say, hey man, well, I'm like 90, 92, 93%. You got to get me into Top Gun. And well, I'm not playing victim or anything, but there is a lot of racism. There was, or back then, the only pilots in the Top Gun program were white guys. All right, that's just the way it was. No, there were no women, and that's why Gwen couldn't get in. There were no black people. There were no Mexican people. It was all white guys. That's the truth. I know, I know. But now you have all kinds of people. You guys saw Top Gun Maverick, right? There's like a Asian pilot. There's like a Chinese pilot. There's like a Latina pilot. There's a black pilot. That was not the reality when I went to Top Gun. All right, that was not true. So anyway, so the guy says, "Well," I said, you got to get me into Top Gun, or I'm walking away. All right, that's it. And so he was making all these excuses. It was almost like selling a car. He's like, "Oh, we can get you into the army right away. There's a waiting list on the Air Force right now, or in the Navy. What do you want to do?" I said, "Well, I don't care. I don't care if it's Navy. I don't care if it's Air Force. Just get me into a plane. Get me to work into a jet fighter, F-14, whatever. Just get me into the hangar over there in Miramar Base." And he was all making all excuses. And the truth is because I was Hispanic. That was the truth. So he showed me this map, and he says, "Look, we're at war right now. It's going to be a waiting list. You probably have to wait 3 years, 4 years if you want to get into the Air Force. But we need you right now. We can get you into the Navy. We can get you into as a E4." Because come on, I was on the Dean's list. All right, my GPA was like 4.0. I had perfect grades. And it said, "Okay, look, we'll get you E4 in the Army or whatever." I said, "Nah, I don't want to do that, man. Like, I don't want to do that." And like, "What do you want to do then?" I told you, I want to work with planes. Maybe I'll just want to hang out right there. Do whatever. He's like, "No, I can't guarantee that. Maybe you could work in the kitchen. Maybe you could do this. Maybe you could do that." I was like, "No, man, no." So I said, "Look, let's do this. Let's wait a week, see what happens." So he gave me a pass to the Miramar Naval Base. That's where they had the Top Gun program. It's not there anymore. They moved it to Nevada somewhere. I haven't been to that base. But so I got a pass to go to the Miramar Naval Station. And I didn't stay there. I didn't sleep there or anything. But I could go in and out. And so I spent all the week. Basically, I was in training the entire week right there. When I say training, I mean I was at the bar. The bar from Top Gun, that scene in the movie. I was at the bar. Then I was at the movie theater. I watched a lot of movies in that movie theater at the base. And then I went into the hangar, and I was hanging out with some of the pilots and stuff, and just like talking and checking out the jets, and I got to ride on the F-14. I did not pilot the jet by myself, all right, but we got to ride a couple of times, and I was walking around like I was like in Top Gun. I was just walking around, and I was drinking. I was drinking. Uh, and I was just like hanging out. Like, they had the hangar right there where all the tools and everything. I was just sitting right there, like hanging out. Like, I was pretending that I was actually in the military. And so I go in, I go out, and I spent a lot of time in the bar. Again, that bar from the movie. I forget the name of the bar. It's just the Navy base bar, I guess. But you see it in the movie, and you have what else do we have? I know they have. Well, I did go to the offices, walking around the offices, and it was cool. I was not in uniform, all right? I was not in uniform. But anyway, I got to know everybody, and I made some friends, and I talked to a lot of people. And I said, "Hey, yeah." I was like, "So, yeah, I'm gonna sign up for the Navy, yeah." And but I really wanted to be in the Air Force because I know the Navy, they're gonna make you go out there and do some stuff you don't want to do. And my best friend told me, "Hey, don't do it. Don't join the military, dude. They're gonna use you. You're gonna be a slave. And I'm like, I don't know what to do, man, because my friend was in the army, and he said that he was basically a slave and mistreated, and all he had to do was just like mop and clean the carrier and just do like janitor work, So I said, dude, I don't want to be doing janitor work. Forget it, bro. So anyway, so I went back to the recruiter guy, uh, and he says, "Well, how do you like the Miramar base?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's just cool, man. It's thank you for the past, thank you, but what are we gonna do?" So we were like trying. It was like I said, it felt like I was like he was a dealer, like a car dealer. It almost felt like I was trying to like make a deal here, and and I was really trying to play the game and the art of the deal, and I kept saying, no, man, I'm not gonna wait 7 years to join the Air Force. No. And then he says, well, okay, what about 3 years? Maybe we can get you in 3 years. And I'm like, no, man, no. Look, I I'm the perfect candidate for this. You saw my test. You seen my grades, my schooling. You know, my you've seen my IQ level. I can do this. And and no, he said no. We're gonna start you in the bottom. You have to start. Well, he did say the E4 thing. And he said, we're going to start you at the bottom. I cannot get you into the Top Gun right away. There's no way. And I said, okay, forget it. And I just left. I walked out. And he's like, you sure you don't want to join the Army? We can get you in and, we can get you in tomorrow. We can get you into the Army. We need people in the Army right now. And he's like, so I left, bro. I left. That's it. That's what happened. And the truth is, he didn't give me the position because I was Mexican, Latino, Hispanic, whatever you want to call it. The truth is, I was expecting too much. There's no way. There's no way. Every pilot in the program was a white guy. This is just the way it was. And there's no way they were going to allow a girl like Gwen, to be a pilot, or a black guy, or a Chinese guy. No way. It's just not going to happen. Because it's like only the 1% of the population, or something like that can join. But I was right there. I could have said yes. Anyway, just thought I sort of retell the story, because I know a lot of people made fun of me, spoofer, and some other people made fun of me. It's like, oh, you weren't in Top Gun. I never said. I said I was at the. I said I trained with Top Gun. When I say I trained, I mean that I was at the base for a week. All right, and I was sort of just like roaming around and learning. I was learning. The pilots were, teaching me some things. So I did say I trained, but you know what I mean. I mean, you just walk around and ask questions and stuff, and I got to know, what the job was going to be like, what you had to do, and it was mostly like a learning experience. I was there to learn, and that's why they sent me there. But I said it is training. I mean, it's the same thing. So that's the story. That's what happened, and I didn't know that Gwen also went through this. It's interesting that we both did the same thing. We both wanted the same career in the military. Wow. But I don't know if I would, if I could go back in time to the 90s, I don't know if I would do it. I mean, he did say, oh, we're gonna pay the GI, what is it, the GI Bill. We're gonna pay your school. You're gonna get all this money. You're gonna get a lot of women. You're gonna get a house. I was like, yeah, okay, sounds great, but I heard some bad stories about joining the military here. So, I mean, he offered me everything he could. He did. So I don't know. I don't know if I had the chance to do it over. If I would, I don't think I would. I don't think I would. I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. That I was walking away the wrong choice. Let me know. See you guys soon, and may the force be with you. Bye.